The objectives of this video are to demonstrate how to set up the bike tablet to carry out a cycling session with a study patient, and troubleshoot issues that may arise before, during, or after the cycling session. This video is made up of 3 sections. Section 1 of this video provides step-by-step instructions to prep for, initiate, and complete cycling in a timely manner. Section 2 includes troubleshooting, and Section 3 provides an in-depth overview of the tablet. This is a list of steps you can refer back to ensure that you are setting up and executing cycling efficiently. Before entering the patient's room, log in as a clinician and open the patient. In the patient's room, you will set up the bike and tablet, initiate cycling, recognize active cycling, and stop cycling. Before entering the patient's room, please ensure you have the bike, tablet, pulse oximeter, and appropriate patient ID and PIN ready. For other materials necessary to set the patient up on the bike, please refer to the patient setup guide. Select Clinician from the toolbar, then select Clinician Login from the drop-down menu. Enter password 1776. This password is the same for all clinicians. Note that once you are logged in as a clinician, configure bars will appear on the screen. With the relevant patient ID and PIN ready, select Patient on the toolbar, then open Patient from the drop-down menu. Make sure Use with Patient ID is selected on the drop-down menu. Enter the 7-digit patient ID number and tap OK, followed by the 4-digit PIN number. Then tap OK. Patient IDs are unique to each patient and should only be used with that one patient. Once the patient is logged in, their ID number and therapy mode will appear at the top of the screen. Ensure that the patient ID is correct and the therapy mode is set to leg therapy. If the therapy mode does not automatically appear, select Therapy from the toolbar, then Leg Therapy from the drop-down menu. At this point, you are ready to enter the patient's room and begin bike setup. When you enter the patient's room, plug the bike into the wall, ensuring the cord is also plugged into the bike is plugged into the tablet, and the emergency stop button is not pressed. Double check that there is power entering the bike by using the up and down buttons. Check that the pulse oximeter is powered on and there is adequate battery. The pulse oximeter connects to the tablet wirelessly using Bluetooth. Once you've clipped the pulse oximeter onto the patient's earlobe, ensure that their heart rate and SpO2 are registering on the screen before beginning to cycle. The pulse oximeter cannot be connected to the tablet once the session begins. Before you initiate cycling, please ensure that the patient ID is correct and that the therapy mode is registering as leg therapy. Also ensure that the SpO2 is registering on the screen. Ensure that the resistance is set to 0.6 and the speed is set to 5. Then press go. There are a few ways to recognize when a patient is actively cycling. The power is greater than 0. The cogwheel is gray as opposed to blue. White numbers appear for percentage of left and right leg contribution in the bottom left and right hand corners of the image. We ask that you please keep the resistance constant at 0.6. If you need to pause a session at any point with the intent to resume, for example, if you need to reposition the patient, press the stop button. Do not press restart because this will start the session over again at 0 minutes. Pause has a time span of 15 minutes, and if the session is not restarted within this time, the session will conclude. Please do not power down the tablet while paused because the data will be lost. Press resume when you are ready to continue the session. The therapy session is automatically programmed to conclude at 30 minutes with a 30-second cooldown. If you would like to end the session sooner, such as if the patient is too tired to continue, you can also tap cooldown before the 30 minutes is complete. Once the session concludes, the data will automatically be stored to the tablet, so there is no need to close the patient. Please note the distance and duration of the cycling session. If you don't interfere and let the cycling session run naturally, the therapy session will automatically conclude at 30 minutes with a 30-second cooldown. Once the session concludes, the data will automatically be stored to the tablet, so there is no need to close the patient. Please note the distance of the cycling session. If for any reason you need to stop the cycling session immediately, such as if there is an emergency or a safety event, press the emergency stop button. Select Patient from the toolbar, then close Patient from the drop-down menu to save the session data onto the tablet. If the tablet is powered down before closing the patient, the data will be lost. This section provides solutions for common error messages that may pop up on the tablet, as well as issues with the bike. An ergometer communication error message may pop up when the emergency button has been pressed. To release, slowly turn the emergency button until it pops back up. Also, check all electrical sockets and ensure that no wires are dislodged. Unplug and reinsert each connector, such as the main power cord and the USB plug, to ensure that these are securely engaged. If the problem persists, contact RTI and/or the Method Center for additional support. There are two possible scenarios for why an error message may pop up saying that the patient ID is not valid. First, in case there has been a mistake entering the patient ID, please retry. Second, it is possible that the ID has not yet been uploaded to the tablet. Please refer to the Uploading Patient IDs section of this video to learn how. If synchronization or downloading of new software occurs before or during a cycling session, press the Cancel Synchronization box that appears in place of the pulse oximeter icon. Tap this button to stop the tablet from syncing with rtilink.com and delaying cycling. If the leg stabilizer cable comes undone, first tilt the arm backwards and remove the cable entirely. The leg stabilizer cable rolls on 3 pulleys, 2 at the front and 1 at the rear. Feed the cable between the 2 front rollers. Unlock the knee extension cable tension clamp so that there is space behind the back pulley. Be careful not to loosen the clamp so much that the black box underneath falls off. It is difficult to reattach. Tilt the arm back forwards and fit the cable around the rear roller. Lock the tension clamp so that the black box is now tight against the clamp. Finally, hook the leg stabilizer cable back onto the calf supports. This section of the video includes information regarding Sage Internet connection, uploading patient IDs, revising the patient PIN, and synchronizing the tablet. An internet connection is required for 3 things. The first is uploading sessions data stored locally in the tablet to rtilink.com. The second is uploading patient IDs, and the third is for updating the Sage software. Please ensure that the tablet itself is connected to the internet. To confirm that the tablet is connected, tap the globe icon to open the wireless configuration dialog box. To connect to a Wi-Fi network, tap Show Network Manager and confirm that the tablet has an active internet connection. The globe icon takes on 3 different appearances. Gray indicates that the internet is disabled within Sage. If the globe is gray, you can still run the system using a patient ID that has been previously uploaded to the tablet, but the data will not be uploaded to the online database until you reconnect. Note, this is independent of the status of the tablet's internet connection. Blue with a green checkmark indicates that internet is enabled within Sage and Sage has established an internet connection. Therapies will be downloaded and uploaded from rtilink.com, and the Sage software can also be updated when you synchronize. Blue with a red X indicates the internet is enabled within Sage, but Sage has not established an internet connection. We are not able to upload new IDs, synchronize data, or update the Sage software. To toggle on and off the Sage internet connection, tap the globe icon. A setup box will appear. Check or uncheck the Use rtilink.com checkbox. An unchecked box will set the globe icon gray. A checked box will set the globe icon blue. For the appearance of the globe to change, you must first tap the green check. If you run out of Cycle RCT study patient IDs, please contact the Method Center to receive more. We recommend uploading a batch of patient IDs at once. To upload patient IDs, ensure that the internet is connected within Sage and the globe is blue with a green check. Upload a patient ID by selecting Patient on the toolbar, then Open Patient from the drop-down menu. Make sure Use with Patient ID is selected on the drop-down menu. Enter the 7-digit patient ID number and tap OK, followed by the 4-digit PIN number and tap OK. The Method Center always sets the default PIN to be 1234. Wait for the ID to upload and the therapy settings to download. Then close the patient and repeat the steps to upload the next patient ID. We strongly recommend that you disable the internet connection after you've downloaded the new patient IDs to avoid automatic updates that may delay cycling. If this is the first time you are cycling with this patient, please revise the patient PIN. Select Patient from the toolbar followed by Change PIN from the drop-down menu. At the Method Center, we change the PIN to the patient's birth month and last 2 digits of birth year. Feel free to use your own methods and please ensure you record the revised PIN. All of the cycling sessions data is stored in the tablet locally until it is uploaded onto the RTI-Link server. Ideally, we ask that sites reconnect to the internet every 2 weeks to synchronize cycling sessions data with rtilink.com as well as update the Sage software. Ensure that the globe is blue with a green check to synchronize. Select System from the toolbar, then Synchronize from the drop-down menu. The data will begin to synchronize and the software within Sage will also be updated. The software version is located in the top right-hand corner.